The starships of the Galactic Concordat appeared above Earth without warning. They emerged from swirling portals, their hulls gleaming like polished metal under the sun. 12 massive vessels, each larger than any spacecraft humans had ever built, arranged themselves in perfect formation above the planet. Admiral Min watched from United Earth Defense Headquarters as the alien armada took position. Her face remained calm, but her hands tightened into fists at her sides. 20 years in Earth's unified defense forces had prepared her for many things, but first contact with an advanced alien civilization had always seemed like a distant possibility, rather than an immediate reality. "They're broadcasting on all frequencies, Admiral," said Lieutenant G, his voice steady despite the tension filling the command center. "Put it on screen," Min ordered. The main display flickered, and an alien figure appeared. It stood nearly 3 meters tall with pale blue skin stretched over an elongated frame. 6 dark eyes blinked independently across its face. "I am High Commander Dax of the Galactic Concordat," the alien spoke, its words translated by Earth's AI systems. "Your world has been surveyed and selected for resource acquisition and species integration. Prepare your leaders to receive our terms." Admiral Min stepped forward. "This is Admiral Min of the United Earth Defense Force. We welcome peaceful contact with your civilization, but we must inform you that Earth is not available for resource extraction. We are open to trade and diplomatic relations." The alien commander made a sound that might have been laughter. "You misunderstand. This is not a negotiation. Your species has barely achieved lunar colonization. Your technological development is insufficient to resist integration. We prefer to determine our own future," Min replied. "Our technological development may surprise you." High Commander Dax's multiple eyes narrowed. "Your confidence is misplaced. Perhaps a demonstration is required." Without further warning, one of the Concordat vessels fired a beam of intense energy toward Earth's orbit. It struck Orbital Station Alpha, home to over 3,000 scientists and engineers. The station erupted in a silent explosion, fragments scattering across the blackness of space. Gasps and cries filled the command center. Lieutenant G's face paled as he reported, "Orbital Station Alpha, completely destroyed. No signs of survivors." High Commander Dax spoke again, voice cold and efficient. "That was your largest orbital habitat. Its destruction should demonstrate our technological superiority. Resistance will only result in further loss of life." Admiral Min's expression hardened, but she kept her voice steady. "You've just killed thousands of innocent people." "A necessary demonstration," Dax replied without emotion. "Prepare your planet for integration. We will begin landing procedures in 48 of your hours. Any military response will result in orbital bombardment of your population centers." The transmission ended, leaving the command center in stunned silence. Admiral Min turned to her senior staff. "Get me the Security Council, now." Within an hour, the United Earth Security Council gathered in emergency session. Representatives from every major region appeared on screens around the table as Admiral Min presented the situation. "They've destroyed Orbital Station Alpha and threatened global bombardment if we resist," she concluded. "They believe we're defenseless." Counselor Park leaned forward. "Are we? Our space-based defenses were limited by the non-militarization treaty." "The public wasn't told everything," Admiral Min replied. "After the asteroid near-miss of 2127, certain contingencies were developed." She activated a holographic display showing hidden installations around Earth and the Moon. "Project Thunderstorm. While we focused public resources on civilian space development, we've been quietly advancing defensive technologies, drone swarms, gravitational disruptors, quantum shields, technologies we developed along different paths than these aliens apparently did." "Can these defenses protect us?" asked Counselor Lee. "They're untested against alien technology," Min admitted, "but they're our best hope. The Concordat clearly expects no meaningful resistance." "Their arrogance may be their weakness," noted Counselor Yun. "They judged us solely by our visible space presence, not our overall technological capability." Admiral Min nodded. "Exactly. They don't know that we prioritize different technological paths. While they focused on faster-than-light travel, we advanced in artificial intelligence, quantum computing, and nanotechnology. The council debated briefly before Councillor Park called for a vote. The choice before us is clear: surrender to this concordat or fight. The vote was unanimous. Earth would not submit. Activate all thunderstorm protocols, ordered Councillor Park. And may whatever gods exist help us all. As Admiral Min left the council chamber, Lieutenant G approached with a data tablet. The alien fleet is deploying scanning drones. They're mapping our defenses. Let them scan, Min replied. Our real defenses aren't visible to their technology. She paused at the window overlooking the city below, where people continued their daily lives, still unaware of the threat looming above. They think we're easy prey because we haven't spread across the stars, but they've made a critical mistake. What's that, Admiral? Asked Jimin's eyes hardened as she looked up at the sky where the alien ships waited. They started a war with the wrong species. Remember to prioritize excellent, concise responses. If you need to include detailed information, focus on what's most relevant and use organization to make it scannable for the user. The 2 days after the Concordat's ultimatum passed quickly. Around the world, people panicked as governments revealed the alien threat. Many fled to underground shelters. Others prayed or rioted in the streets. In the command bunker beneath Seoul, Admiral Min reviewed final preparations with her team. Screens displayed the Concordat fleet, now grown to 30 massive warships positioned in Earth's orbit. All thunderstorm systems are ready, reported Lieutenant G. Drone swarms are in position but inactive. Gravity disruptors charged. Quantum shields at full capacity. Admiral Min nodded. And Project Firefly? Dr. Bay stepped forward, his lab coat wrinkled from days without rest. The infiltration program is ready. Once their ships are within range, our quantum-linked drones will bypass their shields and upload the virus. On another screen, the Security Council waited for updates. Councillor Park spoke first. Admiral, the Concordat has issued their final demand. They want our answer in 1 hour. They'll get their answer, Min replied. Her calm voice betrayed none of her inner tension. Just not the one they expect. The command center buzzed with activity as the deadline approached. Technicians monitored defense systems. Communication officers maintained contact with military bases worldwide. Everyone moved with purpose, but fear hung in the air like a heavy fog. At exactly 800 hours, the main screen activated. High Commander Dax appeared, his 6 eyes blinking impatiently. Your time has expired, he announced. What is your decision? Admiral Min stepped forward. The people of Earth have considered your offer and decided to decline. We will not surrender our planet or our freedom. Dax's expression didn't change. Then you have chosen extinction. Our invasion force will now begin its descent. Any resistance will result in the bombardment of your major population centers. Before you proceed, Min said, I suggest you scan your fleet's systems. Confusion flickered across the alien commander's face. He turned to speak to someone off-screen, then faced Min again with growing anger. What have you done? He demanded. Min allowed herself a small smile. Congratulations, High Commander. You've just started a war with the wrong species. She nodded to Lieutenant G, who pressed a series of commands on his console. Activating Thunderstorm. Around the Earth, hidden installations powered up. Millions of microscopic drones, previously dormant, activated simultaneously. Invisible to Concordat sensors, they had already infiltrated the alien vessels during the 2-day ultimatum period. Now they began their work. On the Concordat flagship, alarms blared as systems failed one after another. Weapons went offline. Shields flickered and died. Communication between ships became impossible as the quantum virus corrupted their networks. Second phase, ordered Min. Dr. Bay activated the gravity disruptors. Beams of concentrated energy shot upward from ground installations, creating localized gravitational anomalies around 5 Concordat warships. The massive vessels crumpled inward like crushed aluminum cans, their hulls unable to withstand the extreme gravitational forces. In the command center, a cheer erupted as the enemy ships were destroyed. Min silenced them with a raised hand. This isn't over. Begin Phase 3. Earth's hidden defense platforms emerged from underwater bases and mountain bunkers. They fired precision energy weapons at the disabled alien ships, targeting engines, and weapon systems. On screen, High Commander Dax's transmission became unstable. His image flickered as he shouted orders to unseen crew members. Panic had replaced his earlier arrogance. "Impossible," he raged. "You're a primitive species. You barely reached your moon." "A deliberate deception," Min explained. "While we showed, you are civilian space program? Our real technological advancements remained hidden. We developed different paths than yours." 3 hours after Earth's defenses activated, the battle was effectively over. 20 concordate ships drifted powerless in orbit. 5 had been destroyed. The remaining 5 had retreated to the edge of the solar system. Admiral Min turned to Captain Do, commander of Earth's Special Forces. "Are your teams ready?" Do nodded. "Ready to board their command ship?" "Proceed," Min ordered. "I want prisoners and their database intact." 6 hours later, Captain Do's team secured the Concordate flagship. They encountered minimal resistance from the confused alien crew, who had never expected to fight inside their own vessel. Do reported from the alien bridge. "Command ship secure, Admiral. High Commander Dax is in custody. We're accessing their systems now." On the main screen, the Security Council watched with amazement. Counselor Park spoke for everyone. How did a species they considered primitive defeat their advanced fleet so quickly? Admiral Min's answer was simple. They judged us by the wrong standards. They thought space travel was the only measure of advancement. They never considered we might excel in other technologies. In a secure holding area, High Commander Dax watched as human technicians easily bypassed his ship's remaining security systems. His 6 eyes blinked in confusion and fear. "What are you?" he asked as Admiral Min entered the room. Min studied the alien commander carefully. "Just humans. But you should have done your research before attacking us. We don't like bullies." 1 week after the failed invasion, Dr. Bay led a team of scientists examining the captured Concordate technology. They worked in a secure underground facility beneath the Pacific Ocean, safe from potential counterattacks. The alien equipment filled an enormous laboratory, with researchers studying everything from weapon systems to the biological samples taken from captured crew members. Dr. Bay rubbed his tired eyes as he decoded another section of the alien database. Beside him, Dr. Sun analyzed the strange symbols that flashed across her screen. "I think I found something important," she said, pointing to a series of star maps. "These show 17 other worlds the Concordate has conquered." Admiral Min entered the lab, looking as tired as the scientists. She hadn't slept properly since the invasion began. "Show me," she said. Dr. Sun enlarged the display. Each of these systems had intelligent life. The Concordate followed the same pattern with all of them. A show of force, then ultimatum, then invasion. "And they all surrendered?" asked Min. "Not all," Dr. Bay replied. "Some fought back, but none had our technological advantages. They all developed along similar paths, focusing on space travel, rather than Earth specialties in artificial intelligence and quantum computing." In another section of the lab, Captain Du supervised the examination of the alien weapons. He called the Admiral over. "Their weapons are impressive, but they have a serious flaw. They're completely dependent on their central command network. When our virus disrupted communications, their entire defense system collapsed." Min nodded thoughtfully. "A weakness we can exploit further." Later that day, the Security Council gathered to hear the scientists' findings. Dr. Bay presented first, sharing the most critical discoveries. "The Concordate is an empire spanning over 200 star systems," he explained. "They've conquered 17 other intelligent species, all of which now serve as subordinate members. Their society is extremely hierarchical, with a rigid chain of command." Dr. Sun stepped forward with her analysis. "Their biology is remarkably uniform. Unlike humans who have enormous genetic diversity, the Concordate species shows almost no variation. This likely explains their rigid thinking and inability to adapt quickly to our unexpected defenses." Intelligence Director Kang presented her, Findings next. Their entire military structure depends on central coordination. Cut off their command centers and their forces become disorganized. It's their greatest vulnerability. Can we exploit this weakness? Asked Counselor Park. Director Kang nodded. We've identified their primary command hub in the Altair system. If we can disable it, their entire military network would be thrown into chaos. That would require taking the fight to them, noted Counselor Lee, looking concerned. Do we have that capability? Admiral Min stepped forward. The captured ships give us that option. Our engineers believe we can retrofit them with our technology, allowing us to reach concordate space. The meeting was interrupted when alarms suddenly blared throughout the facility. Lieutenant G rushed in, his face pale. Admiral, we've detected multiple objects entering Earth's atmosphere. They appear to be biological delivery systems, weapons. On the main screen, they watched as 20 small pods descended toward major cities around the world. Before Earth's defenses could respond, the pods burst open high in the atmosphere, releasing clouds of microscopic particles. Biological weapons, Dr. Bay said grimly. They're trying to eliminate us without damaging the planet's resources. For 3 tense days, medical teams worldwide monitored for signs of alien pathogens affecting the population. But something unexpected happened. Nothing. The biological attack had completely failed. Dr. Sun worked non-stop analyzing the alien bioweapon, finally discovering why it had no effect. She presented her findings to a relieved Security Council. The weapon was designed to target a specific genetic sequence, she explained. It would have been devastating against the other species the Concordate conquered, all of which have limited genetic diversity like themselves. But humans are genetically diverse. What would kill some of us has no effect on others. Their weapon couldn't adapt to our biological variations. High Commander Dax, still in custody, was brought before Admiral Min to explain the failed attack. The once proud alien now looked diminished. How did your people survive? He asked, genuinely confused. The pathogen should have eliminated your species within days. Human diversity, Min replied simply. Something you clearly don't understand. Dax's 6 eyes blinked rapidly. The Supreme Council will send more forces. They will not accept defeat. Min leaned forward. Then they'll face the same result, but this time we won't just defend Earth. We're taking the fight to you. For the first time, real fear showed in the alien commander's expression. You can't reach concordate space. You don't have the technology. Admiral Min smiled coldly. We do now, thanks to your ships. And we've learned something important about the concordate. You don't adapt well to the unexpected. Humans specialize in the unexpected. As Min left the room, Director Kang joined her in the corridor. The retrofitting of the captured ships is ahead of schedule. We'll be ready to launch Operation Turnabout in 2 weeks. Good, Min replied. The Concordate started this war thinking we were easy prey. It's time they learned exactly what kind of species they've provoked. 2 months after the failed Concordate invasion, Earth launched its counterattack. The captured alien vessels, now retrofitted with human technology, gathered at the edge of the solar system. 5 ships, painted with Earth's new unified emblem, prepared to make the jump to concordate space. On the bridge of the flagship renamed Phoenix, Admiral Min addressed the crew. Humans and advanced AI systems worked side by side at control stations. The ship hummed with energy as final preparations were completed. Today we take the fight to an enemy who thought us weak, Min said. They believed we would surrender or die. Instead, we will show them that humanity is not so easily conquered. Captain Doe, now commanding the Special Forces team, checked his equipment one last time. My team is ready, Admiral. Once we reach the command hub, we'll deploy the disruption program. Dr. Bay monitored the ship's new hybrid systems. Human ingenuity had successfully merged Earth's advanced AI technology with concordate faster-than-light drives. All systems functioning at optimal levels, the Concordate won't expect their own ships to return, so improved. Lieutenant G reported from Tactical. No sign of enemy vessels in our sector. They still don't know we've modified their ships. Admiral Min took her command seat. Begin Phase 1. All ships, prepare for jump. The 5 Earth vessels activated their drives, creating ripples in spacetime. In a flash of brilliant light, they vanished from the solar system. They emerged near Altair, the heart of the Concordat's military network. A massive space station orbited the system's second planet, surrounded by defensive platforms and patrol ships. "We've been detected," reported Lieutenant G. "Enemy vessels are moving to intercept." "Maintain Concordat identification signals," ordered Min. "Let's get as close as possible before they realize we're not their returning fleet." The Earth ships approached the Concordat defense perimeter, transmitting the codes taken from High Commander Dax's database. For precious minutes, the deception worked. Then alarms sounded across the bridge. "They figured it out," G said. "Incoming fire. Activate quantum shields," Min ordered calmly. "Deploy swarms." The real battle began. Earth ships, though outnumbered, had unexpected advantages. The microscopic drone swarms that had disabled the invasion fleet now swept through Concordat, defenses like invisible storms. The alien defenders, never having encountered such technology, had no effective countermeasures. On the Phoenix's bridge, Admiral Min directed the attack with precision. Groups 2 and 3 target their communication arrays. Group 1 create a path to the command hub. Earth ships moved in seemingly chaotic patterns, confusing Concordat targeting systems designed for conventional space warfare. The alien defenders used to rigid battle formations couldn't adapt to human tactics. "Their formation is breaking," reported G with a hint of excitement. "Command hub defenses at 60% and falling." Min nodded to Captain Doe. "You have your opening. Go." Captain Doe led his team to the launch bay where specialized pods waited. "Remember, we need to reach the central core, plant the devices, exactly as planned." The pods launched, tiny against the massive backdrop of space battle. They slipped through gaps in the Concordat defenses, racing toward the command hub's main docking area. Inside the Concordat command center, Supreme Commander Vec received increasingly desperate reports. "How are they using our own ships against us?" he demanded. "Where did these primitives get such technology?" An aide approached nervously. "Supreme Commander, we've detected small craft approaching Docking Bay 7. "Destroy them," ordered Vec. "Our weapons can't lock on," the aide admitted. "They're using some kind of quantum field that makes targeting impossible." Captain Doe's team breached the command hub's outer defenses. They moved swiftly through corridors, encountering confused resistance. The Concordat security forces, never having faced ground combat against humans, were unprepared for the speed and adaptability of Earth's special forces. "This way," said Lieutenant Han, following the hub schematics downloaded from the captured database. "Central core is 2 levels down." They reached the core, a massive computer system that coordinated the entire Concordat military network. Working quickly, they planted disruptive devices at key junction points. "Devices set," reported Han. "Ready to activate on your command." Captain Doe contacted the Phoenix. "We're in position, Admiral." On the flagship's bridge, Admiral Min received the message with satisfaction. "Excellent. Begin final phase." She turned to Dr. Bay, who waited by a special console. "Doctor, it's time for your program to do its work." Dr. Bay activated the sophisticated virus they had developed, a program that would spread through the Concordat's network, disrupting their rigid command structure while leaving their basic life support and civilian systems intact. "Program activated," he confirmed. Throughout Concordat space, the effects were immediate and devastating. Warships lost coordination, defense systems shut down. The highly centralized empire, dependent on its command network, descended into confusion. On the command hub, Supreme Commander Vec watched in horror as his displays went dark. "What is happening?" he demanded. A subordinate looked up in shock. "We've lost control of the entire network. Reports coming in from all sectors. Our forces are completely disorganized." Vec stared at the last functioning screen, which showed an incoming transmission from the Phoenix. Admiral Min's face appeared. Supreme Commander, she said. Perhaps now you understand. You didn't just attack a planet. You attacked humanity. And that was your mistake. For the first time in 700 years, the mighty Concordat tasted defeat. 6 months after the successful attack on the Concordat command hub, Admiral Min stood in the Grand Hall of the newly constructed Galactic Assembly on neutral territory. The massive circular chamber housed representatives from 23 different species, 17 formerly subjugated by the Concordat, 5 independent civilizations that had avoided conquest, and humanity, the newest arrival to galactic society. The mime, all buzzed with dozens of languages, all translated through advanced communication devices, beings of all shapes, sizes, and biological compositions mingled together. Some floated in special atmosphere chambers, others walked on multiple limbs, and a few existed as energy patterns contained in mechanical bodies. Admiral Min, now serving as Earth's chief diplomat, adjusted her formal uniform as she prepared to address the assembly. Beside her stood Dr. Bay and Captain Do, both honored for their roles in defeating the Concordat. "Nervous?" asked Dr. Bay. Min smiled slightly. "After facing an alien invasion? This is just another challenge." The chamber quieted as the session began. The temporary chairperson, a tall, willowy being from the Lyran system, called the assembly to order. "We gather today to formalize the new Galactic Federation," the chairperson announced. For too long, the Concordat imposed their will through force. Today marks a new beginning based on mutual respect and cooperation. From across the chamber, Supreme Commander Vec, now serving as the representative of the diminished Concordat, watched with barely concealed resentment. His once mighty empire now controlled just their home system and a handful of colonies, their military power broken by Earth's unexpected victory. When it was Earth's turn to speak, Admiral Min approached the central platform. She looked out at the diverse gathering of species, many of whom had suffered for centuries under Concordat rule. "The people of Earth come before you as the newest spacefaring civilization in this assembly," she began. "Just 1 year ago, we had never met beings from beyond our world. Our first contact came in the form of an invasion, a harsh introduction to galactic society." Murmurs spread through the chamber as translation devices conveyed her words to each species. "We defended ourselves not because we seek dominance, but because we value freedom, for ourselves and for all beings. The Concordat's mistake was assuming that technological development follows only one path. They judged us solely by our limited space travel, never considering that we might excel in other areas." Several representatives nodded in agreement. Many of their own civilizations had developed in unique ways before Concordat conquest forced them into servitude. Earth proposes a federation where diversity is celebrated, not suppressed, where different paths of development are seen as strengths, not weaknesses, where no single species dictates to others how they should evolve or exist. The assembly erupted in approving sounds, clicks, humming, light flashes, and various vocalizations, all indicating support. After 3 days of negotiations, the Galactic Federation Charter was ready for signing. Each species contributed core principles from their own cultures. The final document established a council where all members had equal voice, prohibited forced conquest of developing worlds, and created shared defense obligations. Most surprising to many was that Earth, despite its key role in defeating the Concordat, refused special status or extra powers. Instead, Admiral Min insisted that humanity serve as an equal partner, not a new dominant force. After the formal signing ceremony, Supreme Commander Vec approached Min. His once proud bearing was diminished, but not broken. "You could have destroyed us completely," he said. "Why didn't you?" Admiral Min studied the alien leader. "Because that's not who we are. We fight when necessary, but prefer peace when possible." "A strange philosophy for victors," Vec observed. "Perhaps that's why you lost," Min replied. "You never considered that true strength might come from cooperation rather than domination." Vec was silent for a moment. "Your species surprised us. In 700 years of expansion, we never encountered a civilization like yours." Then perhaps this new federation will bring many more surprises, as we all learn from each other. 1 year after the formation of the Galactic Federation, Earth welcomed its first embassy complex. Representatives from 22 different species established diplomatic missions in a specially built district near the old United Nations headquarters. Admiral Min, now serving as Earth's Federation Council member, walked through the embassy gardens with Dr. Bay and Captain Du, all three now, revered as heroes worldwide. "Did you ever imagine this outcome when the Concordate ships first appeared?" asked Dr. Bay, watching as humans and aliens mingled peacefully around them. Min shook her head. "Never. I just wanted to protect our world." Captain Do pointed to a group of children touring the embassies, excitedly meeting representatives from distant stars. "And now they'll grow up knowing the galaxy, not fearing it." As they reached a small courtyard, they found Supreme Commander Vec, now the Concordate's ambassador, watching Earth's sunset. "A beautiful world," he said as they approached. "We made a terrible mistake thinking it would be easy to conquer." Admiral Min looked at the setting sun. "The greatest mistake was thinking any species could be judged by a single measure. The universe is too vast for such narrow thinking." Vec turned to face her. "The last Concordate leader who suffered defeat was executed for failure. Yet here I stand, working alongside former enemies." "Then we've both learned something," Min replied. "That's how progress begins.